Earthworms and other insects in the dirt can turn waste from the garden and your kitchen into rich compost. Our partners at Better Homes and Gardens can help. Here's Editor-in-Chief Stephen Orr with tips on how to compost the right way.
What I love about composting, it's a great way to use the things in your refrigerator that you didn't quite get to that start to turn or go bad. You don't have to feel wasteful about that. Also, anytime you're peeling anything, you can use all those peels, all those cucumber peels, any sort of skins off of fruits and vegetables. So all the vegetables that you have in your house, those are great for compost. Those are easy to do. Only one to kind of think about if you're a beginning composter is onions and garlic. Both those things, some people think repel earthworms, which are a vital part of the composting process. So I'd avoid those if you're just starting out. Another thing that I try to, as a beginning composter, I would avoid is eggshells. You can crush them up, but I find if you're just starting out and your compost is new, they don't break down as much. So you're gonna have those little eggshell pieces in your compost when you pull it out. Composting is all about the microbial action of your compost pile. You can either just make a 3x3, 3 foot by 3 foot compost pile on the ground, but there's also all sorts of compost makers you can use that are black plastic. The black plastic helps it heat up. Heat is really a vital thing for composting. That heat helps the microbes break down the organic matter. What do we put in our compost? We talked about vegetables, we talked about onions and eggs, eggshells as kind of advanced items. Same with citrus peels, those can take a while. One of my favorite things is coffee grounds. If you drink coffee like I do every day, you actually accumulate quite a lot of coffee grounds. Those can go right in the compost. If you used unbleached filters, those can go in as well. Over here we have two things that go in the compost and something in process. This is coffee grounds, and I like herb tea, so these are herbs from my garden, and after I make the tea I put them in here. These are great for composting. You're going to want to combo your green items, which are wet, with your brown items, which are dry. So that's kind of the science. That's the only real science you need to think about with composting, is having the green and the brown together in the right amount. So start with the brown, add the green, and you just layer that up. So when you go and look at your compost pile, if it seems a little too wet and you smell anything at all, add more brown. If you go and you look at it and it seems dry, you might want to add more green, and you might even want to put some water in it. As it's being made, this is kind of in process, this compost. It has a few leaves in it. It has some twigs in it. Those will never compost, so if you want to be strict with your compost, don't put those twigs in. But these leaves will all break down with the green and the brown, and ultimately you're going to have this beautiful, it's almost like chocolate cake. That's what some people talk about. It feels kind of like crumbled chocolate cake, and it smells great. It really just smells sweet. It smells like really great soil and slightly sweet. And so this is the black gold that gardeners are after. They're really after this compost that they can use in their garden. You can apply it to your flower beds. It's a very gentle fertilizer, and it really will help all your plants perk up. And at the end of the day, composting is one of the best ways to recycle, and it's also one of the best ways to have the healthiest garden you can have.